indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the First Class, Second Place podcast. I'm your host, Jason Enrique, and unfortunately, we're not here with my lovely co-host, Ash Mizzou. She's spending the day off with the family. Showing love to you, Ash. But we still have a very, very special guest with us today. Back for the second time. I'm talking about First Class, Second Place alumni here. We have none other than the lovely Alana J. How you doing, Alana?
Oh, I love that. I love that for me.
Yeah.
Yes, fireworks and horns. Keep it coming.
Only for the best.
Yes.
Only for the best.
I love it so much.
Yeah. So the last time, like I mentioned before, you were on the show before.
I was.
It was very much in its infancy at the time.
It was a baby.
Yeah.
Fetus.
And
In utero.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But I'll never forget that episode. I mean, like, first and foremost, I thank you for being part of it in the very beginning, and because that just not to me, that shows that you believed in what I was doing very early on, and that meant a lot to me. And I also just love the fact that we've known each other now for 16 years. We go way, way back.
Damn! Jason's giving out the dates, keeping the receipts. Yeah, 16 years over here. It's ridiculous. Maggi from Maggiano's to Bravery Studios. What's up?
Yeah.
I love that. I love that so much. All right, I'm not gonna be the hype man for every effect, but I can't guarantee it's not gonna happen again because that's amazing.
I always tell everybody, just do you, because
That's it. That's what I'm. Except I'm not gonna, play the drum table, because that's loud as hell. Anyway.
But yeah, no. So like I was saying, I thank you for coming on in the first time around, and I just love the fact, and I said this before on the previous episode that we did together, where, we worked together, we were colleagues, but we didn't always have that closeness, for lack of a better term, but we always had that mutual respect. We always had that mutual respect for each other. And, fast forward to now, then it's still there. I very much appreciate it. And I'm also so proud and so happy for everything that you've been doing since then, because you've come a long way than just serving pasta to a table to now fucking killing it on stage.
Rigatoni D, what's up? You want that Rick D? Yeah. Eat this Rick D. Eat this apple crostada. Get that Nona's pound cake. They don't have the Nona's pound cake anymore. It's tragic.
That's trash, yo.
That is. For that reason alone, everyone should boycott Maggiano's, respectfully, because they killed Nona's cake, bro. You can't be killing Nona's cake.
Yeah, but they still got that rigatoni D though. That's it's fire.
Of course, that's just not gonna go nowhere.
Nope, it's all about that D.
That D's good as hell, yo. Those fried mushrooms, that Marsala cream sauce. Stop it. Stop it.
Yeah.
That shit would have me in the toilet. I still ate it. It was worth it. It was worth it. Sometimes it's worth it. Sometimes it's worth it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You make sacrifices. You got to make sacrifices for the things that you love, and sometimes that sacrifices your booty hole, That's just what it is.
Enough said.
That's just what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, we definitely come a long way. You would take that. You did the takeout and the catering, right? And then you bartended too.
Yeah. Well,
and you served, right? Didn't you do everything?
I did everything but
this
serve.
mother sucker. Okay, you didn't serve. Okay.
No, so I remember when I first started, I was busboy.
Yeah.
And then I did takeouts.
Oh, I thought you started with the takeout. Okay.
No. I wanted to start with the takeout, but
okay, sorry. We don't have the rights to that song. Okay.
No. So it started off from busser to carry out to banquets, and then
banquetes.
Yeah, and then afterwards to bartender, and they had like this little catering service that I did every now and then. So
lit.
Yeah. So basically, I did everything.
You were the king, el rey del maj, el rey de Maggiano's.
You are watching a master.
They try to hold me. They try to hold me down, though. They were. Let me stop
That's what they be doing, though. They don't want you to win. They don't want you to win. Anyway.
Yeah.
That spot, though, if y'all don't know, Maggiano's is a chain, family-style restaurant with these big-ass plates. It's like 700,000 calories per plate of pasta. All right? And we didn't have any trays. We had to carry all those plates with our two hands. Biceps was crazy, looking like Popeye on the left side and the right side. Pop.
Yeah, and I also look like Bluto on the front as well with all the fucking food I ate. So I basically got the best of both worlds.
You looked like you should have been working in Gotham. While you worked at Maggiano's. You always had that look. Anyway. We're going off the rails.
No, that's actually good to bring up because on the previous episode, shout out to Hugo Boy for the Hugo Boy podcast.
Shout out to Hugo Boy.
Yeah, I was telling them that somebody actually sent me a message and saying that I come off as a very serious podcaster, but sometimes we need that, and I guess I'll take it as a compliment. But at the same time, I don't want to be known as this ultra serious guy.
Define serious. Define serious. What you mean by serious?
Like a person that is just way too serious that doesn't like to have any fun. Like there's no.
Like you got no sense of humor?
Essentially, yeah.
Nah, they just don't know you.
Yeah.
They don't know you, man. Not everybody gotta have the same sense of humor you got. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's not how. That's why comedy is subjective. You feel me?
Yeah.
That's why art is subjective.
I say that all the time. Art is subjective.
And look, I'm not for everyone, and I love that for me. Okay, so that's how I feel.
Well, I love it for you.
Thank you.
Yeah. But yeah, no, so ever since the last time you came on the show up until now, what has been going on in the life of Alana J?
Oh my God. Where, when? Give me a date, bro. I don't even know. Time is a black hole. It's a funnel. I'm tumbling through it, falling quickly, slowly at the same time.
I want to say it was January 2021. January. Yeah. I just remember the last time we were like hanging out and we did the show. It was fucking brick as hell.
I think it was January 2022. Because this is 2023.
You know what? You're right.
I was already in school. Because in January 2021, I had not been in school yet.
Okay, so January 2022, yeah.
January 2022. All right, so basically, once I went back to school from January 2022, I basically went straight through with going to school. Right now, backstory, I go to LSU, go Tigers. That's go Geaux, okay? Go Tigers, okay? So, what's it called? I'm getting my Master's of Fine Arts in acting. You were almost proud, but it's in acting. I'm going to be poor forever. No, I'm not. Don't put that into the universe, Lana. So, yeah, I had 3 semesters of school. I went to London and Scotland to do a play about a fucking sheep, about Dolly the sheep. I had to go to Scotland and do a Scottish accent in Scotland, and they let us know that it was not very good. And I'm fine with that. In life, sometimes you got to be humbled. Anyway.
Couldn't get the William Wallace out of you?
Well, the thing is, now we're taking a tangent, but in the UK, people are like, why they do American accents so good over there? And it's because our media is the most globalized. So they grow up listening to our accents as children, and you can replicate the sounds you heard as a kid much easier than anything else. And I didn't hear a Scottish accent until I was probably, I don't know, a teenager. I think the first Scottish accent I ever heard was Mike Myers doing the Fat Bastard, if that's even Scottish.
That is Scottish, yeah.
Yeah, that was it. And he's not Scottish. No. Anyway, but yeah, I was at what's called the Edinburgh Fringe Festival, which is the biggest arts festival in the world. There's 3,000 shows happening at the same time. I was doing comedy shows at 1:30 in the morning. I did mad stand up in the UK. Oh my God, in London. Oh my God, I'm not sure if they were laughing at me or with me, but I don't care because they were laughing. They loved me in London. I loved London. Shout out to London, period. Their Soho is nicer than that in Manhattan. I'll give them that, but they need to stop calling cookies biscuits because that's aggressive. So stop colonizing my mouth. Anyway, so yeah, I did that. I've done 5 plays total, including that one. I've done hundreds of stand-up shows and sets. I've done. What else have I done in the time since I've seen you? I found out that a film that I was in, a supporting actress in, got into the American Black Film Festival. Shout out to Ramon Pesante. Shout out to Mark Rain. Shout out to Jenny Ruiza, the leads in the movie. That's like the biggest black film festival in the country. So we're all going to Miami for that soon. What else has been going on? What else? I did a Kenan Thompson comedy show thing.
I do remember that.
I did that in New Orleans. Yeah, he wasn't there, full disclosure, but his name's on it.
Yeah.
Then they asked me to speak for the event for kids. I don't know why, but they did. And, I was like, well, I'm a teacher. I'm qualified to teach. I've taught 2 semesters of undergraduate acting at the university level. It was part of my program. So I was like, I'm a teacher. Maybe I can meet some kids that need to be taught, That need classes and shit. That need coaching and shit. They need a mentor. So I network with some of the parents there. Anyway, I've done a lot. I've done a lot. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
Basically, mad plays. Mass stand-up, a little bit of traveling, When Went to Puerto Rico for my mother's birthday this year, and my nephew's first birthday. I became a titi.
Congratulations.
Well, thank you for the, didn't take a lot of work for me. But I show up, and he's cute as hell. Not that, if he was ugly, I still love him. But it does make it easier. So, yeah, that's pretty much the thing, all the things, I think.
Wow. That's a lot. That's definitely a mouthful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really say that I've been doing as much as you have, but I've been staying busy. I mean, obviously I've been doing the podcast, and I still do the day job and everything. Last time that we hung out together, I was actually in a relationship. I'm not in that relationship anymore, unfortunately, but wish them all the best. But
hashtag blessed.
Yeah, but in the meantime, I've been keeping myself busy. I think I may have mentioned this a couple of times on the show already, but I've actually dipped my toe into acting now, and let me actually kind of like give some more context for some people that are watching that aren't even aware of it. So I was at this event in Newark. I realized that in Newark there's a huge community of like content creators. I'm talking about like filmmakers and so on and so forth. I'm pretty sure that you
know
work
some
with
of those people.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we've actually crossed the same paths with some of the same people. So I went to this event with the intention of looking for people to bring on the show. And I was also with my friend Mind Mix. Shout out to Mind Mix of the Mind Mix Show. And
wasn't expecting that one. She called me off guard. I was like, levantate. Okay.
Yeah, but she is the bomb. So anyway, yeah. So
he said it.
Yeah, so
I paid him to say it, but he said it. Venmo.
Yeah. So anyway,
on,
we go there. No, you're good. So we go there with the intention of looking for people to come on the show, and we're both aspiring voice actors. So we wanted to see if we could mingle and connect with people that could actually show us the right way, or with the connections or whatever. So ended up meeting this really cool guy by the name of Jean Sebastian. Really good looking kid. He's the world is in front
cute.
of him.
That's it. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
He's a really good looking kid. Stop it.
No, he's a really good kid. He has all the potential and the talent in the world, and we just kept in touch. And I just really loved his vibe, and also the crowd of people that he had with him. It was a small circle, but really good, talented kids. And then one day he just called me, and he told me about this TV show that he has called Nights. It's in its third season right now.
With the K Nights?
Yes, with a K.
Like the British ones. Like the British ones. All right, sorry.
Right. But it's ironic because it's not even medieval. It's all about werewolves and vampires. It's like Twilight adjacent. So
Twilight what?
Twilight adjacent, like adjacent.
Oh, yeah. Okay. You was abbreviating adjacent.
Yes.
You took off the last syllable. Okay.
Yeah.
Adjacent. Yeah, okay. Just I had never heard that.
I see what you did there.
I do see what you did there. I never heard that one before.
Yeah, you learn something new every day.
Yeah, you do.
But anyway, so he hit me up and he told me about this role that he thinks would be perfect for me. And I'm thinking that this is like, I didn't think I was going to be in front of a camera. I was looking more to get my voice out there, not my face.
Yeah.
Because I always tell people I got a face for radio, but my voice is a different thing.
Stop
but anyway, so.
Slap the cheat out of you.
Go ahead, I dare you.
That sounds like a threat.
I
dare you.
It'd be good for clickbait.
I'm a feminist, but you started it. I'm gonna finish it. No, okay.
But anyway, I wasn't expecting to be in front of the camera, but he thought of this role that was perfect for me. And I was like, I'm not going to say no to this opportunity. I mean, it's not exactly what I had in mind, but I'm not going to say no to it.
Right.
And it's been going good. I've been, filming for the last couple of Sundays every other week.
Nice.
And, just making the connection and actually what it's like to actually be on a film set and everything. It's really, really crazy. And I didn't.
Wait, it's a film or a series?
It's a series.
Okay.
Well, a set.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about. But I just, I didn't. It's funny because I found out I didn't think that I had certain. I don't want to say I'm a talented actor or anything like that, but there's something about me that sometimes comes out when I really get into my character. Yeah. And I didn't know that I had that ability, and it's been really fun to really discover that.
I love that.
You are watching a master at work.
You are watching. You are what? In August, you're gonna have to call me master with a hard R. Okay. So. Elaborate on that. I want to know what you mean by that. I want to hear about your process.
Yeah. So I guess for one example that I could tell you is there was a scene that we were supposed to film where I was supposed to be with another actor. Like we were like were cohorts.
Okay.
But unfortunately he couldn't make it. So what they decided to do
Like he died? Oh wait, no spoilers, my bad.
No. He just no.
Oh, he couldn't make it to set.
Yeah, he couldn't make it to set that
Got you. You see, I'm on the story and shit.
Yeah.
He died? No. Okay.
No, but this
Conflict.
This is actually on Easter, so it's understandable that some people couldn't show up. But
Right.
I don't really have a lot of family here anyway to begin with. I'm not doing anything on Easter Sunday, so fuck it. I'm gonna go to the set.
Yeah.
So they decided.
Jesus got enough followers to show up. It's okay.
Yeah, he's doing just fine without me. So they just basically mixed my dialogue with his, and I basically had to play. I was still playing my character, but I just had more dialogue. And there was a really intense scene where I actually had to like really be threatening.
I could see you being good at that.
But my character actually is a werewolf. I'm a werewolf hybrid in the show.
So that's when the threateningness comes out.
Right, like I had to. I was. I don't want to give too much away, but
Okay.
I was telling somebody that I need that right now.
Okay.
Yeah, and I actually did a little stunt work. I actually got thrown to the ground, and I thought that was pretty cool.
Oh, so were you okay?
Oh yeah, I was fine.
Okay. Did they have? It was safe.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it was in Elizabeth, so I don't know how safe it really was, but
He's funny.
yeah. But either way, no, I had a blast, and I've just been having a lot of fun, and it's funny. Like I tell people that I'm starting to do the acting thing now. It's not a priority per se, but I'm enjoying doing it. But now you have certain people like my sister saying like, "Oh my God, I got a famous brother like right now," and I'm like, all right, just calm down, relax. All right, I'm glad that you're manifesting it out there in the universe, but just relax for a little bit, you know.
I appreciate that. My mom did that the other day. A neighbor recognized me. Well, oh my God, were you in the Hilarious show the other night? I was like, yes. Excuse me. Yes. Soundbite. Yes, I was. I was in the Hilarious show the other night. Anyway, I feel you. I feel you.
I'm so mad that I couldn't make that show.
It's okay.
Yeah, but there'll be other ones.
Absolutely. And they'll be even bigger and they'll be even better.
Yeah.
That's it.
Everything good?
Yeah, it's the autofocus. I'm trying to take it off.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, keep going. Don't mind.
All right.
Hilarious. Yeah. My bad. I had
but
to.
that's actually a nice segue. So unfortunately, I couldn't make the show that night.
Right.
But I did see a
Because
little.
you're trash. No, I'm just kidding. I love you.
Yeah.
Because he's trash. No.
Yeah. So anyway, but I did get to see a little bit of snippets here and there, like from like social media, and shout out to Joe Ficarino who was there.
Yes, Joe was there. Joe was in the building. Shout out to Joe.
Yeah. So, but yeah, no. What could like how was that? How did it go? Like this is actually the second time that I didn't get to catch a Hilarious show. I've been to a Latinos Out Loud show, and that was pretty dope.
Yes,
but
that's not the same.
No, it's not the same.
Because that's their podcast. That's their live podcast.
Right.
Hilarious is a comedy variety experience.
Right.
Yes.
But I did get to meet Cypher Sounds the last time, so shout out to Cypher Sounds.
Shout out to Cypher.
Yeah, but so just tell me about that whole experience with the Hilarious,
I love
especially
how
the
I'm
last one.
parroting all of your shout outs, by the way. Just pointing that out because I know the listeners are going to be like, she's parroting all his shout outs. And guess what? I'm aware. Okay.
I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a Okay. So the question was about the Hilarious and how the experience was. That's what the question was. So this is a test. So it was awesome. Essentially, I'm here in Jersey on my break between my last semester, like the spring semester and the summer semester, which is going to be my last semester, right? So Rachel hit me up. I've done most of the Hilarious shows. I think there's only been 2 that I have not been able to do. I think 2, tops 3. But there's been about 9 now, I think 8 or 9. So I'm OG. So Rachel was like, "Can you do this Mother's Day show?" And I was like, "Duh." I was like, "What do you need?" And she was like, "You tell me. What do you want to do?" And I said, "Well, whatever. That's not the point." So it came down to the fact that I was going to be in a couple of sketches and I was doing stand-up. And I don't think I found out that I was going to be in 2 sketches until like 2 days before. So I got the scripts. I got the first script like 3 days before, maybe just 2 days before. Got to the city on May 10th, went to rehearsal with them, learned the script, did the blocking, figured it all out. Mm-hmm. Then I realized I was in another sketch, so we did the same thing for that one.
Right. And
that one, I got hit in the face with a chancla. I was not supposed to get hit in the face with a chancla, but yeah. Sophie, I love you. It's not it's all good. When you're an actor, you subject yourself to pain, not suffering, but pain. So sometimes you get slapped with a chancla. It's just part of the job.
Yeah.
So what's it called? All that to say, May 10th was rehearsal, May 12th was the show.
Mother's Day.
Mother's Day was 14th.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was May 12th is also my mom's birthday, so.
Shout out to my dude.
I basically homogenized the two, so.
Got you. All right, so, so we had that rehearsal on the 10th, May 10th. The show, Hilarious as a Mother, which was Mother's Day themed.
Yes.
Was the 14th, and they did a cold open, which is just starting the show with a sketch, not like with an intro.
Right.
Cold open, like SNL does. SNL does a cold open.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just
right before they do that live from New York City. It's Saturday night.
Exactly. So same deal.
Yeah.
I wasn't in that one. It was the writers. It was all the writers, and they were doing a writer's strike because currently the Writers Guild
going on right now. Yeah.
is on strike, which is a great time to be about to graduate with my master's in acting. Let me tell you. No, that's sarcasm. So it's all good. Everything's gonna be fine. So cold open with that sketch. Then I did stand up, and then later on I did the other two sketches, and I had a blast. I mean, I always have a blast. With those women. I'm not gonna lie to you. Every time I do an all women produced, created, shows, the ones featuring all women is what I'm trying to say. Speak English.
Yes.
All the shows that I've done featuring all women have always been the best shows I've done. Always.
And how did you get in? How did you get in with them in the first place? Because I know you've done a couple of these already. So how did you get in with them in the first place?
I did the first one in 2017. And it was called Comedy Derailed at that point. It wasn't called Hilarious.
Right.
That was in July 2017, I believe, and then the next one was in December 2017. Yeah. Anyway, so 2017 or 2018? I think 2017. I'm pretty sure 2017. So, what's it called? What's the question? I'm sorry.
How did you get involved with Hilarious in the beginning?
How did I get involved? So, maybe it was 2018. I'm lying. It was 2018.
Okay.
I'm thinking about, I remember things sometimes correlating with the fuckboys of the past, with the ghost of fuckboy past.
Oh, man.
And I'm like, when was I fucking that crackhead? Was that in 2017 or 2018? Sober. He was sober. But he forgot he was married, so I don't know how sober he was. Anyway, besides the point.
Right.
Shout out to Josh, bitch ass. No. You're a bitch. Yeah, you manipulated the fuck out of me, but I let you, so whatever.
Thank you, Bob.
Being dickmatized is a thing.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
2018.
2018. It's like, enough about the dick, Alana. Enough about the deck. Okay, 2018. So, okay, back it up. I was essentially a fan of Room 28 Comedy, which is what Rachel La Loca was part of a group called Room 28. They would do sketches. They did sketch shows. They did musical parodies, all that type of stuff. So I was a fan. I was a fan. And then somehow I got connected to Juan Bago. Shout out to Juan Bago, who was another one of the founders of Room 28. So I've been following what they were doing. Met Juan Bago at some point. And then at some point, he asked me to fill in for Rachel when she was on maternity leave, when she was pregnant.
Right.
So, either towards the end of her pregnancy at some point. And I met her. I actually saw Rachel on the street and totally fangirled one day. I was like, oh my God, that's Rachel La Loca. Oh my God. And she smiled at me, and I smiled at her, and she was pushing baby Donovan when Donovan was a baby in the stroller across the street with a big smile on her face. Anyway, but yeah, so me and Rachel I just started, hanging around, and bumping into people at different events. I did the red carpet for the New York Latino Film Festival for them a while ago, 2018 as well, I believe, or 2017. That was 2017. And at some point Rachel wanted to do an all-women thing. And me and her just clicked. Me and Rachel just clicked. She also played my mom in my web series.
I was just going to say that because I find it funny how all these little coincidences can happen, because I remember when I had you on the show for the first time, I feel like even though I knew you for years, I still had to do my research on what you've been doing since then, since we last started working together. Yeah. So I binged watched your entire web series, and you're welcome. And and then I remember that episode where Rachel played your mom, and also your other co-star at the time, another one played their mom and everything. I was like, I thought that Rachel was perfectly cast because seeing it, not even just for casting purposes, but the energy that you're displaying right now is the same exact energy that she was displaying when she came on the show the last time.
Oh, me and her are like the same person.
Yeah,
it's
you guys are so symbiotic. It's not even funny.
It's ridiculous. We definitely share a piece of a soul.
Right.
There's definitely a shared soul amongst us.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any fucking sense, but you know what I'm trying to say.
I know exactly.
We're twin
what
flames.
Yeah.
I love you, Rachel.
Yeah, man,
I really do.
Best. She's the best. I love her.
I really do. You know what's funny is that like I be hitting her up sometimes, like Rachel, like, do you have a time to talk this week between 12 p.m. and I'm like, bitch, she's your friend. Pick up the phone and call her. You don't have to make appointments. You know what I mean? Like, I told her, I was like, I forgot that I could just call you. Like, I don't have to, arrange a time.
That's so
Google
funny.
Calendar invite and shit.
That's so funny because that I've actually, admittedly, I'll be honest with you, I've actually felt that way whenever I felt the need to reach out to you or her. Because,
oh, really?
Yes, because you guys are doing so much that like it's kind of hard to like get a hold of it, and.
But that's exactly why I am more attentive on the phone. Like, if you have my undivided attention on the phone, like, you know how many DMs? I mean, I don't got followers like that at all, but just, we all know, this shit is so anxiety-inducing, just so the inbox, the notifications, oh my God, it's so much, you know what I mean? I gotta turn all that shit off. It gives me agita.
Yeah.
I don't even know what agita is.
It's like
gives me heartburn.
Yeah, there you go.
It burns in my chest,
Yeah.
That's what it does to me. But yeah, that never hesitate to call me, and I always call back.
No, absolutely.
I always call back.
It's just that I didn't know that at the time.
Oh, yeah.
Because you know what it is that, I completely. Thank you. I completely forgot how humble you are because from the last time that we worked together to the point that we reconnected again, you were you had a segment on Blue Bloods, you had your own web series, you're doing this, you're doing that, you did it in a couple movies. I'm like, this girl's fucking big time, and I'm just here just being a fucking fan,
Oh my gosh, shut up.
Yeah, but like
you a homie.
I know, but the point is that I it's my fault that I forgot how humble and cool you are because you never let any of that shit get to your head. So that's on me, but I appreciate you, still forgiving me nonetheless.
Aw, I appreciate you thinking that I have reasons not to be humble. I love that so much.
You're fucking killing it out here.
Listen, this is the thing, y'all. It's like I've been doing so much, at least, as I had just explained, and like when you are in it, you don't take a moment to think about, damn, I've really done a lot. Like, the journey has been accumulative as fuck. Like, I have an aggregate of a body of work, under my belt. And it's like, yeah, I don't wait for nobody to give me my flowers. I gotta take them shits. I feel like flowers can be given; they could also be taken. So I'm taking. You gotta take your flowers sometimes. You gotta, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you take your flowers.
That's
sometimes
what I've been learning.
You can't be waiting for nobody to give them shits to you. All right, so
that's what I've actually learned myself very recently.
I mean, the journey's been insane, and like the rooms that I've had the opportunity to be in. I was interning at Elvis Duran in the morning show in college, Sirius XM. Yes. I worked for the Maury Povich show. Just yesterday, I was at the studio with one of the producers. She used to produce for the Maury Show. Shout out to Gloria Harrison. She used to produce for the Maury Show. Now she's the co-executive producer for Caramo's show. Caramo from Queer Eye. She's the co-executive producer. That's big time, okay?
Big time.
For Caramo, I was in the studio with her yesterday. We did a musical back in 2017, 18, one of those fucking years, all right? And now she's making it an audio. I think it's just going to be an audio play. So we recorded the songs to that last night, as well as some of my dialogue. I guess all of my dialogue. I don't know. So all that to say, I'm like, I got a lot of really good people in my corner. I had to do a solo show for my thesis, for my MFA thesis.
Right.
20-minute show, and the woman that worked with us, Lee Fondakowski, shout out to Lee Fondakowski. She's an incredible director, genius. She's a fucking genius. She told me, she was like, if you want to expand this, I want to be behind it. Like, I want to be involved. I want to help you make this a thing, because I think that theaters will want this piece. So, that's awesome. That's kind of, especially now with things being the way they are in the industry, and we don't know. I think the actors union is about to go on strike. So, and it doesn't seem like it's going to be a short one.
Wow.
So if you have, like, that's why I'm like leaning, that's why I've been leaning into stand-up so much since I've been in school. You know what I mean? So I have my own, you can't take that from me, you know? Like, you can't, I cannot wait for people to give me opportunities. I have to take them shits. And that is what I am doing.
Round of applause, Marv, real quick.
I mean,
that's us giving you your flowers right now.
I appreciate that. Damn it. Okay. Like, it's wild, you know. It's really wild because I have people obviously who have known me from back in the day. You know, I've always been a bit of a performer. When was I not singing in the fucking Maggiano's kitchen? I was either singing or cursing somebody the fuck out. There was no in between.
Both.
Where's my fucking crostada?
Yeah.
All right, I peaked probably. I'm sorry, Marv. I'm sorry. I was either singing, like a stand under my umbrella, you know, or doing Marisa impressions, or I was always, or just exuding too much emotions, you know?
Yeah, and during that, you also happen to be the very first employee of the month at fucking Maggiano's.
I was. Let me get that Rick D, okay? Heavy on the D. Okay. So, yeah, I did have a lot of haters. People were mad about that.
I remember we discussed this on the last episode as well.
That's the thing, yo. You know why I'm prepared for success and why? Okay, because what I was getting at is I got a lot of people who've known me my whole life-ish, you know, or at least teenage years, whatever, formative years, that are like, oh my God, like, when are you gonna quote unquote make it, right? Like I should be seeing you everywhere by now, and da 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 da. And I'm like, one, you know, my race is my race, fall back. But also, like, you know, I took a shortcut because I already had the drug addiction, I already had the alcoholism of a rock star. You know, I'm doing shit backwards. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing it. I'm reverse engineering this shit. So, you know, already wild out 8 years. You know, got sober, did that. Now I'm getting my master's. I've already been in the business and I'm getting my master's. So, you know, all that to say, this journey has not been linear, and energy, law of attraction, you know? I've been putting it out and 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 putting it out. Ha, that's not a double entendre, but it could be. And it's only a matter of time before that shit comes back, you know. And it has been slowly but surely. I've seen here and there little fruits of the labor, you know.
Yeah. Now let me ask you this real quick, because we're actually going to have a director very soon on the show, really quick, by the name of Ramon Pasante.
Yeah, we named him.
Yes.
Call back.
Yeah.
Ramon.
So I know that you were in his film playing Sam. I don't know too much about it. I haven't got a chance to see it yet. I haven't gone to any festivals yet. But just a little brief summary about what the movie's about and what's your role in it.
Okay, so basically, playing Sam is, there's two main characters. Sam, played by Jenny Ruiza, and I forgot Mark's character's name. My bad, Mark. I forgot your character's name. It might even be Mark. I don't think so, though. Anyway, they play love interests, if you will. But on a macro level, playing Sam is about what it is like to be a Latino actor in the New York City scene. And, you know, actors versus influencers. It explores that dichotomy a little bit. And then, you know, they tell this story through the storyline of, or Ramon tells the story through this romance between these two. So that's, on a macro level, that's what it's about. And I play the best friend. I play Sam's best friend, Anna.
Nice. Yeah, I can't wait to see it. I don't know when I'm gonna get the chance to go to like.
Come to Miami. Come to the American Black Film Festival. That's sick. Come to Miami.
Now when is that?
In June.
In June what?
Shit, that's next month. That's like in a week. Okay,
yeah.
It's that's like tomorrow. That's like in 5 minutes. It's the 13th. No, the festival itself is the 14th to the 18th. I'm still figuring out exactly when I'm going because I'm in an intensive during that time. So if I go, I'm going to be missing a whole week of school. So that's something I have to, you know, talk to God about or whatever. You know, I got to talk to him about that like later, even though, you know, I've never seen God's dick, so I don't know if he's a he, but you know what I mean? The universe, whatever.
Right. Well, you know, there are some people that watch the show that are from Miami. So for anybody that's out in Miami and they're looking forward to this festival,
come to the American Black Film Festival. Let's go. Pull up. That joint's expensive though. I'm not gonna lie, but still come. Come if you got it.
They got no state tax. They're good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Excuse me. So
No, I won't. No, I'm just kidding. I will not excuse you.
But I'm actually looking forward to seeing the movie, and I'm also looking forward to having Ramon on the show. It's going to be a great one because I just love when I saw him on Therapy Without a Degree. I just loved his extensive knowledge on movies, and I'm like, oh my god, I think I found somebody that I could talk to movies with for hours. But we're gonna have to condense it to 1 hour. But
he is he's obsessed.
Yeah, he's definitely an encyclopedia of information as far as I'm concerned. But I'm looking forward to that. So shout out to Ramon Pasante. We got a little bit of time left here, but this is something that I wanted to bring up. I don't want to bring the show down, to a downer here, but I feel like it would be remiss if we didn't at least acknowledge this and talk about this. Now, going back to what we were talking about when we were working at Maggiano's, we had a colleague of ours that is unfortunately no longer with us.
Yeah.
This gentleman by the name of Mark Mirababa. I personally don't know what happened. I've been too nervous to ask anybody what's happening, and I also want to be respectful. But I guess
we have our speculations.
We have our speculations. Yeah, we won't get into them on here on the air. But I guess. It was very excuse me. It was very random when you called me one night and you just you called me just as simply as a friend to talk because this is something. This is something that
that's how you know it's real.
Yeah, but this is something that hit us hard because we knew. We knew how much of a great person he was, and we knew some of the struggles that he was going through, some demons he might have been fighting, and we were very sympathetic to his situation, especially since I think both of us have been similar to what he's been through as well. But it's a really sad story. I actually want to dedicate this episode to him, so shout out to Mark Mirababa. But
Rest in peace,
how did that affect you? I mean, how close were you when you guys worked together? Because for me, I can tell you that we weren't super close in the beginning, but then afterwards, when I started bartending, we started engaging in conversation more, and I'll be honest with you. In the beginning, I was being a little judgmental. I thought like he was like this typical Jersey meathead, just worked out like a roid freak and everything. But,
yeah, he gave that vibe. He definitely had that what's that walk, that specific. I got so much muscle on my body I can't even walk at a swift pace
or anything like that.
I can't even move at a swift pace. I don't do cardio. I can't.
Right. But
I'm too swole.
But I got to know him a little bit on a personal level, and I thought that there was more than meets the eye. And he was actually a really cool guy, really funny. So we didn't work together that long, but he did leave an impression on me for that time being. And that's my soliloquy. I mean, how about you? Like when you found out about it?
When I found out about it, I was definitely shocked. It was one of those things where I had to keep looking at my feed, like just to continuously see the images popping up to solidify that reality, because that's how we get information about people passing these days on timelines and shit. So I was shocked, and truthfully, I wasn't in a great place during my years at Maggiano's. I was very emotionally unstable, and that definitely had to do with some of my demons, my behaviors, and things that I had been through. And anyway, not dealing with those things, right? And the thing about Mark is, he's passed now, but Mark at some point was sober. And I know that because when I got sober and I posted about, I don't know, maybe celebrating 6 months of sobriety or something like that, he reached out to me and was like, "Oh, I'm so proud of you, I have this, I could look up the message right now, but I won't. But basically, he was saying, anything you need, I got you, and you got this, so I'll be honest, like at Maggiano's, he kind of would get on my motherfucking nerves, like he would
he had that effect sometimes.
I kind of had a love-hate relationship with him. You know what I mean? Like if I wasn't slammed with a 20 top and 3 tops and a 2 top and your mother's top, you know what I mean? If I wasn't slammed. If I wasn't slammed and he wasn't, getting on my nerves, we would be cordial and make jokes and shit and what have you. I'm pretty sure we definitely hung out after work at some point. I'm sure we went to Fridays across the street.
Oh shit! Wow, what a throwback.
That's what we would do. That, yeah. And you know what the bartender's nickname for me was?
Jose?
Trouble. Why would he nickname me Jose?
Because you couldn't say no to Jose back then.
I couldn't say no to a lot of things back then. Anyway. So anyway, all that to say, it was heartbreaking. It was heartbreaking to see that, and to not know why. And usually when the cause is not revealed, it's often either an accident or self-inflicted. That's just what I find. So hopefully we find out more information, because at some point, and we talked about this on the phone a little bit, I do think when young people pass and it's not revealed that it was either, suicide or an overdose or something like that, I feel as though we are dismissing the reality of how rampant these that's not the right word, what's the fucking word, how ubiquitous these issues are, that's how I feel. Obviously, I've never been in that situation where I've had to release that information about a loved one, so I can't say that I've been in that position and I know what that feels like. But, if that is what it is, I do hope they say something at some point, because people need to know that this is still, trigger warning, but this is still, this is an epidemic. You know what I mean? Like, this shit is a fucking problem. Like,
this is exactly what we talked about when we were on the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
exactly. So that's my 2 cents.
Yeah.
That's my 2 cents.
All our condolences and love and respect to the family of Mark Mirababa. This episode is dedicated to you. See you when we get there. And I guess another thing that I wanted to bring up real quick is that it's funny that we've only worked at that place together for only a certain amount of time, but there's so much long-lasting effects after that. We haven't worked there or even stepped foot in there in quite some time, but the people and the memories and everything is still very much with us, especially when
that family bathroom has my secrets, let me tell you. I won't tell your secrets. Yep.
Well,
that family bathroom.
It had a lot of people's secrets.
A lot. Yeah.
You
fucking
understand.
people doing lines off the baby changing table. What is going on? Babies be on that. You know what I mean?
Babies were made on that.
They're gonna get shit is ridiculous. Wild.
It really was, yeah.
Wild. But yeah, but those were crucial years. Like, I was 18.
Were you really that young?
Yeah, I started working there when I was 18. Yeah, I was employee of the month when I was 18. That's why people were like mad at me. Hating on me.
The plot thickens.
Hating on me. Whatever, let them hate. You know what I mean? Oh, that was the other thing that I was gonna say. I'm prepared for success because I've had haters my whole life for no fucking reason. Do you remember when Celeste told people that I had herpes? Do you remember that?
It's so funny. First off, I do remember that.
And I confronted her and I was like, why?
Where's my Valtrex, bitch? Yeah, I remember that. You told me that.
I was like, why did you tell people that? Like, I just asked her, like, why would you tell people that? And she was like, she literally said, I don't know.
You know what's funny is that
she was a hater. She was jealous.
It was funny because I was actually just thinking about her before you said it. I just didn't want to say her name, but you did it for me, so it's all good.
My bad.
No, it's all good.
Listen, it's water under the bridge. I got no. It's just a story. It's funny to me.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's just funny to me.
But it's. I do remember that. I do remember that story. But you know what? That's not a surprise. That doesn't surprise me because
she lied and said she saw the cream in my bag. I'm like, girl, why you all up in my bag? Like, even if you But no, I didn't.
Because she just had her eye on somebody that you already had in the bag. Yeah. That's all.
Yeah, and I broke his heart. Not on purpose.
No.
I'm like, oh, you want to take me seriously? You're funny.
Yeah. Don't say no names. But
I'm not going to say no names.
Don't say no names, but Mark, I think you know, Marv, I think you know who it is.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. The plot thickens. There's going to be some bochinche off the air, even though we're not on the air, because this is being recorded.
Round of applause real quick, Marv.
I'm so annoying.
Oh, you're so lovely.
Listeners.
You are so lovely. I love having you here. This has been fun. I mean, we've only had a certain amount of time here, but time always goes by fast with you. But I wouldn't change it for any other time. I'm really glad that you're here. I'm really glad that we remain friends. And like I said before, the first time on the previous episode that I'm gonna say now, I can't wait to see what else has in store for you because I know you're gonna knock it out of the park.
Thank you, Jason Enrique, and I'm proud to be here, and I'm proud of you for keeping this thing going, man. Shout out to that. Shout out to consistency and shit. I'm gonna be back. Let me get this degree. Let me get this degree, and I'm gonna figure something out. Right. But proud of you. Grateful for you. You're dope. Keep doing you.
Ditto. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for this episode of First Class, Second Place. Thank you again, Alana J, for coming
That's
through.
it. If you want to follow me, you can at alanaj.tv on the gram and the TikTok. But I don't be talking enough, but I will.
Yeah. And ladies and gentlemen, you can find me at JasonEnrique _ on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. Don't forget to like, subscribe on YouTube at First Class, Second Place. And don't forget to follow the First Class, Second Place podcast page on Instagram as well. This has been the First Class, Second Place podcast. Shout out to Ash Lazoo. We out.